Okay, we're going to begin by showing you how to earn a Moodle badge. In this particular example, we're going to earn the data analysis Moodle badge. And all these are by using a course structure called Swirl, which is part of R. So in this particular one, we're going to go down here to this exercise to earn our data analysis Moodle badge, showing you how you proceed, and then when you're finished, how to go about taking credit for the badge you have just earned. All right. As in all of our studio projects, we want to create a project folder and put it under Git control. So we're going to call this the DAB for the data analysis badge project. So let's begin. And before we begin, let's do our standard check to see that things are set up right. So we're going to go to Tools, Global Options, 64-bit R, that works here. Normally I will put things, when I'm not in a working directory, in, let me find out where we are here. Oops, down here on the L drive. And I want them to go into the project folders. So we select that folder. And let's see about our Git control. Git. This isn't right anymore. I've learned that there are 32-bit machines and 64-bit machines, and I had to change the Git executable. So let's browse for the one on this particular computer. It's 64 bits. So let me use the 64-bit one. Oops. Now we have to go down there in the 64-bit one and tell it that's where. So that's where our Git executable is. Apply that. Say OK. And now let's create ourselves a project called the DAB project. So we're going to go File, New Project, start in a new directory, empty project. Why do I not have the option there? Well, we recovered it anyway. Call this DAB and create the project. Alright, so here we are in the project folder. It's not under Git control. So I think we need to sort of get it under Git control. So let me do that part. Git. Yes. Okay. And as we've seen in the past, this means I have to say File, close the project and open it again, and it should be under Git control. We're just checking that. It's a little annoyance, so I'm going to go File, Open Project, and the project is called the DAB project, and it's under flash drive. In the project folders under DAB, and there it is. Open it up, and come on, and bingo, now we have it under Git control. And now I need to go and put that little script in here. So let me go back to my files folder, and let's see, where did I put that thing? I put it, oops, I put it, I go to it, it's on my flash drive, is where I put it, flash drive, there it is. So I want to copy this and go to the project folders, to the DAB project, and paste it in there, paste, and so far so good. Close this, and there we have it. So let's open this up and start rolling now. So we're going to go to this thing here, and we're going to run the line to install the Swirl package. Run. And now we're going to run Swirl. Run. And I'm supposed to use my full name. So I am Bill Kiddo. Gotta watch what you're doing here. Because when you run Swirl, everything is done in this console window down here. So let me put that in there and hit return. And I'm actually going to move this up a little bit, operating out of the console window. And it says that's my cue to continue, so I'll get there and hit return. And it says, what do you want to do? I'm just going to say let's continue. And hit return again. And there it is. It's course number 1 that I want to take. So I'm going to say, let's go. Course number 1. Return. As I said in the explanatory notes there are 3 different lessons in course number 1, and we have to take all of the lessons for us to get our badge. So we'll take them in order. Let's start with lesson number 1. And it says, today we're going to be learning about data analysis. It'll probably make sense by time figuring out what the word data means. So return, return, return. There's an example of data showing a population with a sample. Pretty much in statistics is the name of the game all the time. There's a large population somewhat out of your control. If you're careful about how you take the sample, you should be able to say something about the population. So we keep working down through this, answering these questions. And this will, let's keep with this one. So it says, read that. Which is more understanding if we're talking about people in the 18 to 25-year-old age bracket? Men living in a retirement home? I don't think so. How about college students? They're about in that age bracket, so we'll pick that one. And I got the question right. Would you like to watch a video? That's nice. The thing has interspersed videos. So I'll start by saying, yeah, let's just look what kind of video we got going here. And look, we get a link to a video.
Data analysis. It makes sense to start off by asking, what is data? And where else would we turn for that definition than Wikipedia? Data are values of qualitative or quantitative variables belonging to a set of items.
Okay, but we're not going to play the whole video in this, so
what we mean by data.
I'm just going to close that, and then let us return back to R. And it says, okay, when you stop the video, you type next to continue, NXT, open, and we continue with the lesson. So bottom line is this thing goes through this lesson, and let me pause it now while I continue the lesson down to the end, and then I'll pick up the video at that point again. Okay, here we've returned. I'm about finished with the first lesson. I'm 86% of the way through, and let's see, it says it wants me to compute the median of my variable. In this case, my variable is my MPG, so put that in there, and oh, that's the wrong thing. I'll put median of my MPG, and this R has this nice fill in the blanks feature, which I just hit tab, pick that, hit return, and boom, 90% of the way there. Let's see, most common value is called the mode, so let's see what we're doing now. Okay, so it says if we do the table function on this thing, so let's try that. My tab through there, MPG, hit return, and now let's see which one came in with the largest number. Look, there's 8 of them at 19, so I would say probably 19 is it. See what, so I think the answer is 19. And now I'm done. I've completely finished just the first of the lessons, okay? And so now what I would do is go out of here and say, okay, I got one down. So let me stop the video now. We had some technical difficulties, but at least it's going to allow us to show you some of the real flexibility that exists within the Swirl program. So now we want to go back to our project that we were running, the DAB project, and fire it back up again. So I'm going to go File, Open Project, and the project, of course, is on my flash drive under the project folders under the DAB project. There it is. Open that up. So here we are. Let's put our script back up there in the window, and let's fire it back up. So run the first line to get Swirl loaded in. Run. And then fire up Swirl. Run. And now it's crucial that we use the same name that we used last time. That name was, and now I remember my name, it was Bill Kiddo. Oop, and I did the same thing I did last time. Let me put it down where you're supposed to put the answers. So I'll cut it out of there with a Control X, and I'll stick it down here with a Control V and hit return. And it says, what do you want to do now? Do we want to do dispersion? Or, yeah, that's what we want to do. That's what we were, that was the next in our list from potential tendencies, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to say, yep, 1. And now we're part way through it. So here it says put that in, because it just picked up where we left off. And you didn't see that part because I screwed that part up. So I'm going to do Control C, plug it in here, Control V, and work on down through the projects. Now it says, now that you have the minimum and the maximum price values, is there any way to figure out what the range is? I think so. How about this? I know the way it stores these things is in 2 different elements of this vector. It's got 2 parts to it. So I'm just going to say, okay, take the second part. In fact, let me grab that. Control C. And plug that in there. Control V. And to tell it I want the second part, that's this square bracket stuff. 2. And then I want to subtract away the first one. And since it's still in the clipboard, I'll subtract off what it was at 1. Oops, and that's got to be square brackets, not curly brackets. The kind of brackets is important here, so let's go square. Having a little trouble here with what's going on. Let's back that up and put it right. Get my mouse right there and get that curly bracket out of there. That should do the trick. Let's see. Hit return. Got it. So we continue working along here. It says you can figure out what the variance is with that by trying it on this thing here. So let's go VAR and apply it to that piece of data. Control C, put it in there. Control V, working on along. Okay. So I keep working my way through the data analysis sector. Okay, and there's another thing called the standard deviation, square root of the variance. That's going to tell me this. And similar, you can use the R command SD, which is standard deviation of something. So it says figure out the standard deviation of this. Okay, so I'll go SD left paren. I'm just going to cut and paste, being the lazy character that I am. Control C. Stick that in. Oops. Get my mouse in the right place. Do Control V. Hit return. Okay. And as you can see now, I'm halfway through the second lesson. So let's work along on this lesson a little more. Would you like to watch a short video that goes deeper? Well, right now, no. But I suggest you watch it, but I've seen this video before because I worked through this before. So I'm not going to watch it right now. So we're going to skip that. And now here are 3 important measures of variability. What are they? Well, range, that's variability. And let's see, these are central tendencies. This is a central tendency idea and a variability idea, and range, variance, and standard deviation. I like that one. So let's try one. I got it right. Imagine that. At any rate, I worked through this, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for a moment until I come down to the end of this, and then pick it up again. Okay, well, I finished the dispersion part of the data analysis lesson, and as it says, well, you finished that part of the lesson, and now what do you want to do? Well, I want to continue the course and get my badge, so I'll go back to the course number 1. Oops, 1. And the last part is 3, so data visualization. So pick 3. And now it's loading something. And let's see, I'm going to do some more stuff here with visualizing the data. Hit return. And it says the first thing you usually want to do is look at what you did. So keep going along. And so it's going to talk about putting it in a plot and whatnot. Okay, and the simplest type is called the dot plot according to this. So there's just a horizontal axis and the points are on the above the axis where we'll just put some dots with their values. So there it is, price, 100. So here's a dot plot using the variable price from the cars data set. A bunch of dots where the price came out. Keep working down. And so when looking at this dot plot, around what price in thousands does there appear to be the tightest density? Yeah, it looks pretty darn dense right here, maybe dense there. Oh, I'm going to say around 10. So how about 10? Ah, it says you got it right. Lucking out. Or maybe I took the course before. Alright, so keep going. So here is another kind of a plot besides a dot plot. It's a histogram. And it shows a little bit more information. Let's see what we get. There's a histogram. This also is kind of interesting how you got a lot at the lower prices and then the numbers of them fade out, which is what this says. So taller bars say there's more points there, basically. It's denser there. So by looking at this histogram, can you tell me which mile per gallon interval has the highest frequency of values? Well, let's see. I'm looking for one, I'd say 16 to 20. How about 4? How many cars get 16 to 20 miles per gallon? How about 25 of them? Yep. So work along. Histograms are a good thing. In this case, this is a skewed to the right histogram. See how it's kind of tall to the left and fades out to the right. And this is the opposite. It's skewed the other direction. And so I continued to work. But instead of bothering you with the work, we're going to now pause the video and I'll go ahead and complete the course and then show you how to turn in your results so you get your badge. So let's pause this video. And here we are picking up the fact that I finally finished the data visualization, the third lesson in the course on data analysis, and I'm kind of at the end, so I'm going to hit return, and it brings me back to the menu. And now I'm ready to claim my badge. So this part shows you how to do that. So what I need to do then is go to the files. I think this is how I do that. Files. And I want to go down to I have to go down to where my flash drive, go to R, and it's in the library under Swirl. So I want to run down to where Swirl is, and come on, over there, come down to where Swirl is. Why is it doing that? Of course, this is important because this is how I'm going to get my credit. So I'm going to go to Swirl, and I want to go to the user data. And there I am, Bill Kiddo. And there, look, under data analysis, this shows that I've completed lesson 1, lesson 2, and lesson 3. And I need to turn this in to get credit. But in order to turn it in, I have to show that it's on my stick. Right there, owned by me, and there's my credit. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to go to the snipping tool and to snip all this stuff. So I'm going to say fire up the snipping tool, and I'm going to get a new snip, and I need to have evidence that I'm on my flash drive and that I'm in the Swirl area. In fact, wait a minute, let's try that again. New snip, and I want to get evidence that I'm in the flash drive, in my flash drive right there, and I'm in my user data of Bill Kiddo on the thing, and that I have done all that work. So I snip that, and I want to file. I want to save it. So I'm going to save it. And where am I going to save it? I'm going to save it in my project folder, in my DAB project folder, and I'm going to call it DAPROOF.jpg, and that's where I'm going to put it. Save it. Done. Out of here and close that. And now I want to go back to Moodle and turn it in. So I'm going to close that. It says we're busy. We'll just minimize that then. And bring up Moodle, which is somewhere around here. Bring it up. Where is it?
Browser. Browser.
Browser.
Chrome.
All right. Bring the browser up. Getting back onto Moodle. Come on here. All right. So I want to go to math.moodlehub.com, and I want to go here, and I gotta be logged in, so let me log in. Log in with my password. Again, and let's see, here we are. I'm in this thing. Oh, get out of that baloney. That's Larry's baloney. Alright, so come down here to where we are doing this thing, and I've got to earn my badge. So I'm going to try to earn my badge now. And I'm ready to turn something in. Nope, don't do that. I have to have a picture of it here and drag the thing in there and drop it off. So let me go over here and find the thing I want to drop off, which is down there in my project folder in DAB, and it's the DA proof thing. Let me scoot this over a little bit, and I want to add a submission, and it says drop it in there. So let me come back over here and pull it out of there and drop it in. Perfect. And as always, save the changes to actually add it in. And there you go. I have finished all of the lessons in the course. I've gone and got my evidence as a JPEG file that I got with the snip, and I turned it in, and that is the process for earning a badge. In this one, there are only 3 lessons. In the R exercises, there are 15. So it'll take you a little longer to do that, but in summary, this is the process of getting a badge by taking lessons in Swirl.